Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm doing a quick video to talk about my performance in the Vector Sigma Sealed Tournament for the launch of Titanmasters Attack, as well as my... Oh, that's not even. There we go. As well as my sealed pool and kind of what I built out of it as best as I could. So here's all the cards that came with our sealed deck. My sealed pool. If you don't know, the guys at Vector Sigma, they opened up pools on camera, documented them, and then assigned them randomly. And then as long as we had the cards, we'd match them. So I guess I'll go through the pool and what I picked and maybe what I do differently. In terms of characters, I've got a couple bodies. I've got Fangry. I've got Twin Twist. I actually have 2 Twin Twists. And I have a Cup. As bots, I've got Outback and Brawn. So those are my big bots. And then in terms of the other star cards I had access to, in heads, I had the Stealth Head at 3 stars, Kreb, or Apex at 3 stars, Kreb at a star, Freeze Out, and Stylor. So this is kind of what I was building with. With Outback and Brawn, I got the stratagems All Out and Camion Toughness, which obviously don't do me any good, so we're not worrying about them here. What I ended up playing with was Fangry, Twin Twist, and Outback. In terms of heads, I started out using Apex, but I'm switching to Freeze Out. Kreb goes with Fangry, and then the other 2 heads, I've been playing around with the other 3. So if we look at star count right now, Fangry with Kreb is 7 stars, which is about where he sits. Unfortunately, a lot of the sealed teams are at 7 stars, so Fangry doesn't get his bold as often as I like. Twin Twist and Outback leave me room for a 3-star head. So the Stealth Head, the Tough 2 head, or the 1 defense head. I actually think that as a head, Stylor at 1 defense helps Twin Twist live longer. But what I ended up finding is I kind of wanted my head's attack to account for more. So I ended up going with Apex, which I think playing games now was a mistake. I sideboard into Freeze Out as soon as I can for the 3/3 and the Tough 2 to help me find green pips faster. I find that this helps me once we get into the battle card. You'll see in terms of what I have to work with, helps me find the useful battle cards I need faster than I would otherwise. The other option is Stylor, but people run enough direct damage that I'd just be afraid of not getting an attack off with Stylor. But that's an option. And it leaves me a spare star, but that's kind of where my pool's at. Now you might be asking, why didn't you run Brawn or Cup? Well, Outback at 6 stars has card draw, and I found that I needed the card draw. Brawn probably gets me to a 3 Pierce 3 attack, but you'll see with my battle cards, I'm probably going to be at 3 Pierce 3 without having to use Brawn's flip, so I don't need to worry about that as much. And then Cup seems great at 7 stars. This mode... I can scrap and upgrade with a blue card, but I just didn't have a lot of blue cards, unfortunately. Cup would have been nice if only because I'd get to touch utilities with his ability. But what I found was in my battle deck, I don't have any way to hurt myself, so Cup just isn't attacking for a lot. My battle strategy with characters is essentially using these guys. Leaving Fangry as is, flipping Outback as much as possible, flipping Twin Twist once to get him into this mode to get 5 attack, and that's unfortunately kind of it for what I was trying to do with what I had available. Apex, in my mind, I was thinking that I'd get more value out of Twin Twist, and that's why I wanted to protect him with stealth, but I really am not, so I'm not worried about using him. The real, I think, best move is either the 1 defense head for 3 defense or the Tough 2 head to try and get green pips. And we'll go into those battle cards now. Going over the battle cards that I didn't play from the pool, I've got Spiked Bracelets. I ended up cutting these because I didn't think Tough was valuable. The orange pips, maybe that mattered, but I just didn't have enough total that I was finding I'd need to play a lot. Handheld Blaster is another one that I was tempted to leave in, but I ended up cutting because I was trying to, like, if you're noticing my guys, I don't have a lot of attack coming across the table, and I was trying to figure out how to get static buffs into my attack. Hull Down doesn't do me any good. It's blank, and Tough 4 I didn't really care about. Hit and Run, that is a card that I was thinking about, like, now. Maybe it's worth playing with Outback to try and get him to scrap faster and build up my hand, and then moving a damage over. So going back, I might try and play around with that card more. I've got Spy Satellites, which again, +1, that's fine, I guess. But it's a utility, and you'll see I've got a lot of utilities in my deck. Overrule, White Pip action. Conversion Expertise, I'm just not flipping a ton except for Outback and the Tough and Bold you'll see with my pips. I don't think really matters. And then Lucky Dodge is, a star, which I could play if I ran Stylor. But it's just kind of random chance. I do have Spy Master's Ruse, but I just didn't think I was going to get value out of it. And then Temporal Quagmire. Again, like, maybe this was a card worth playing. So this and kind of hit and run are cards that I left out of the deck. Maybe along with the Spike Bracelets that I might put back in. I've got one more game in the tournament to play, one more match, which I'm trying to see if I can win. So these are cards that I'm thinking about maybe playing in sideboard. The card I drop probably would be Triangulator for some of this stuff because I just never found myself playing it. In terms of weapons, what I've got, we'll put this stuff to the side for now. Action, we've got Sharpened Talons. Actions. Utility, here's some bold utilities. Again, trying to get more black pips. Actions, utility, action, armor, utility, action, weapon, action, armor, action, weapon, action. So, this is unfortunately where we find ourselves. I've got Pierce, I've got a lot of black pips, and I've got weapons that give me Pierce, which is pretty redundant. Again, Grav Inhibitor, great. Pierce 3, that's fine. I don't care because I'm flipping so many black pips anyway. I'm trying to get to Crystal Power, Phase Charger, and Talons. Unfortunately, out of the 3 weapons that I have that give me attack, 2 of them scrap themselves, which is another case of my attack's just not getting that high. If I'm lucky, I get to 7. Out of my actions that can pump up attack, it's just Master Metallicato, hand-to-hand combat, lock on targets bold, but again with looking at my pips here, you can see so Master Metallicato, I found I gotta play it, but I found that it's just usually it's +1, maybe it's +2. That's about what I'm getting. Hand-to-hand combat's a +3, which is great. Because if I'm only running 4 weapons and only one of them has a green pip, odds are I'm not swinging with a weapon, which is unfortunate. And then I've got Lock on Target to try if I can Master Metallicato if I can Master Metallicato with a weapon or something on Fangry with the bold, then that gives me kind of a chance. Or I can Nitro Booster and Lock on Target with Outback in this mode to get an extra attack on. If you've been watching the streams, I've been doing that. In terms of armor, it's really just Hollow Matter Projector. I've got the Improvised Shield for the orange pips, and that's another case where, okay, maybe I bring in 2 Spike Bracelets to just get some more orange out there because I just don't have a lot. Brass Knuckles gives me bold, again, helps with black pips. Triangulator is an easy one to drop. Enhanced Power Cell, I think, is a must-play in sealed. And then I've got Nitro Booster and 2 Laser Scalpels. Again, the Laser Scalpels don't do a lot. So they're double black pips, but I've got so much Pierce anyway that I could see myself dropping these for the orange pips. And I have done that in sideboard. And then in terms of actions, I've got 2 Concealing Contrails, which is nice because I do have a lot of black pips in the deck. I've got 3 Disassembles, so that's where like maybe I drop a Disassemble for, you know, something out of here, maybe a hit and run. I drop a Disassemble for a hit and run. Spymaster's Ruse, Mission Briefing has helped me because oftentimes I'll find myself with 2 bot modes, so draw 2. And then with Outbacks, draw 2. I tend to find myself with cards in hand. They just don't do much. Counter Espionage, I just, you know, it's a black pip. It's fetchable if I know there's some threat. And then Scouting Mission. I guess that's the Scouting Mission and Twin Twist Flip Effect are the ways I can hurt someone out of combat. But that's it for the pool. And that's for the deck. That's kind of what I've been playing. Like I said, out of the 4 matches I've played, I haven't won one yet. I've won a game. And I think, I mean, I recognize there's stronger pools than this. I probably, there's other ways that I could have built this. And that's kind of the purpose of this video. It's, you know, 10, 12 minutes long. Would you guys have built this any differently? Did I miss something? That's the biggest question is, do you see something that I might have just missed entirely? Let me know in the comments because I'm trying to learn. So far in my sealed, like official sealed tournaments, EI and this, I haven't performed that well, so it's clearly a weakness of mine. And anything I can do to get better, I am seeking to do to get better. I've got one more match. I don't know who it's against yet, but let's see if I can eke out a win. Other than that, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you all later. See ya!